Welcome to Behind the Shield, the Hall of Fame episode today, episode number 7, as we welcome our 7th and final Hall of Famer of the class of 2020, Keli Ward. Hello again, everybody. Scott Geis joining you for another episode of Behind the Shield. Today we get to talk to the greatest point guard in Spartan basketball history and somebody who led the Spartans her senior year to 25 straight wins, a 27-3 record, Player of the Year honors, All-American honors, and led the Spartans to their first NCAA Tournament appearance in school history. So after this commercial break, we'll touch base with Keli Ward.
You've probably heard a lot about changes on campus, about how classes will look a little different, or how the dining hall won't be set up like it was last year. You may have heard we'll be living with a new normal. But the truth is, at York College of Pennsylvania, normal has never been our thing. If by normal you mean predictable, usual, commonplace, average, that's not us. Our normal is extraordinary, exceptional, remarkable. Our normal is about taking responsibility, thinking of others, and treating people with respect. Here, normal means being compassionate. It means protecting the person next to us to ensure safety and good health for all of us, because we know we're in this together. For us, wearing masks and social distancing aren't really a new normal. They're just another example of what's always been important to us. Joining efforts to find real solutions to achieve our goals, to help our community thrive, and to show that we care. That's not a new normal. That's our normal, and we are grateful that you're part of it. Welcome home, Spartans.
Welcome back to Behind the Shield Hall of Fame episode number 7. Save the best for last as we welcome Keli Ward to the show. Keli, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Scott.
So we had trouble catching up, so this is a little bit later than normal, but you've been pretty busy with work. So tell everybody what you've been up to since you've left York and what's been keeping you so busy.
Well, it's been almost 11 years now, which is hard to believe since I've been at York. So I feel like there's been a lot going on. Career-wise, I've been working as a registered nurse pretty much since I graduated. I started in pediatrics and worked my way into women's health, and I'm currently in a neonatal intensive care unit in Philadelphia. Nursing's proven to be a pretty meaningful and rewarding career, so I'm very happy with the path I chose there. Otherwise, I spend a lot of time with my family, super close, with my immediate family as well as extended family. My brother and sister-in-law actually had 3 girls in the last 3.5 years. So I have 3 nieces who I love dearly and I'm very close with. I also spent 4 years out west in Colorado, and that was a pretty cool experience. Very different lifestyle than here. It's a gorgeous place. So it was really cool to, have that experience, live out there, and then made it that much, more special to come back and be around family and friends again.
So the question is, do the nieces, have they had a basketball in their hand yet?
Not yet, actually. That might be on the Christmas list this year, huh?
I'm sure that you are in your glory with those 3 girls, knowing how important family is to you. Let's talk a little bit about getting the Hall of Fame call. You said 11 years, which just is hard to believe for me. It just makes me feel a little bit older, but certainly an outstanding career at York. What was it like when you got that call saying, hey, you've been inducted in the Hall of Fame, you're going to be a part of a very select group of former Spartan athletes?
That was a pretty special feeling. I knew that I was nominated. I'm very appreciative of Coach Whitman, of course, for nominating me. I wouldn't have been selected if I wasn't nominated, so I appreciate her. And then appreciate the selection committee as well. It's an honor because I know a lot of great athletes have gone through, the York College program. So I just feel honored to have been selected.
How excited was your mom and dad when you told them that you got into the Hall of Fame?
I sent them a picture of the letter. They were very excited. Yeah, very happy for me.
Talk about how important they were to your career. Obviously, being close to family is incredibly important to you. They were pretty much, if not at every game, at almost every game that you played at York. How important was their support during your career as a Spartan?
Extremely important. Like you said, I'm not even sure they did miss one game throughout my entire career. They worked their work schedules around making it to my games, whether it was at home or a few hours away. And even my grandmother, who she's 87 now. So then, in her 70s, she even made it to a lot of my games as well. So that was pretty special having them there. And it was just huge having their support throughout my whole 4 years, being away from them for the first time. So it was pretty cool.
Talk about some of your favorite memories. What are some of the things that stand out to you in your time in New York? Obviously, incredible success on the court, but I have a feeling that wasn't just the only memories that you hold during your time here at York.
No. I feel like we made so many wonderful memories at York. It's, not possible to relive every one, but some of my, favorites with my teammates for sure. In the locker room, bus rides to away games, eating, talking, music. Game wise, I have to say some of my favorite, games were my senior year in the NCAAs at home, like that experience, that energy. It was just such a cool time for all of us. Practices with my teammates and my, and coaches, and the whole experience was just very positive for me.
Let's go back to that senior year. You lose to open the season at home against Messiah and reel off 25 straight wins. What did that feel like? Like, you win 5 or 6 in a row and you kind of got a good streak going, and then it gets to 10. And then somewhere in late January, early February, we beat Western Maryland or McDaniel late in the game. And all of a sudden you're thinking, wow, we've got something special going. What was it like to be on a run like that, to be part of that team?
It was a pretty incredible feeling. Like you said, eventually you started to feel like, wow, like, we're really something. We really do have some special, chemistry as a team, and with the coaches. And it was just really cool to be, part of such a successful run, especially for, it being my last year. It was awesome.
Now you had that senior class that had a bunch of different players that all kind of meshed together to really be a good team. What do those teammates mean to you? And you might not see them a lot now, but you still connect social media wise and stuff. How do what are your fond memories of some of your classmates?
The 6 of us, I feel like we've stayed pretty close throughout, the 4 years that we were in college, of course, and now the almost 11 that we've been out. They've remained some of my closest friends. Most of us try. It's been a little difficult at times when some of us are in other states, but we try to get back for the alumni game, and that's always a special time for us. Sometimes we play, sometimes we don't, but between, playing, being back on the court with some of my teammates, and then we always try to make an event out of it, whether we, go out that night, hang out somewhere. Those relationships, they just mean a ton to me. They did then, and they still do. They're still a big part of my life.
I get the feeling that you 6 could get together just about any time, anywhere, at any place, and catch up like you've been, you haven't missed the beat at all. And I think that's a really special thing.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah. And I think that's the mark of a great friendship. When you can just pick up where you left off, it's like, you just don't skip a beat. And that class certainly was, you had so many different personalities with that class that you guys all kind of balanced each other out, which I thought was really cool. And it was a lot of fun to get to see you guys play. You talk about the NCAA tournament, and how much fun was it for the first time that your college is hosting an NCAA women's basketball tournament, and then the crowd that you got during that weekend? Mm-hmm. What did that mean to you guys?
So much. And that's, not only did we have the support of, like, for me, my parents and family, to my teammates and, their families, and then just all the support from the community. Like, there are people in the community that I became close with in those 4 years too, which is pretty cool. Just to see those stands filled and all that energy and excitement and, support from some people that we didn't even know, but that, you know, enjoyed watching us and supporting us. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, that team was a lot of fun to watch. I want to switch topics a little bit and go to, you know, your experience as a student here at York. Obviously, you get a nursing degree from a great place. How did your time as a student athlete shape you as the professional that you are now? Did it help with being a team player? Did it help with different skills that you learned on the basketball court translate to you being an outstanding nurse?
Yeah, so it's pretty amazing the lessons that you learn in playing sports and how they really do roll over into real life. I feel like there's a lot that I learned while playing. One of them being, you know, it's important to always do your best, and realizing that your best looks different on different days. I learned that playing sports, and I, you know, still to this day, I learned that. But again, the best is the best that you can do. So that's all you can do. I learned about, you know, celebrating, you know, the ups and as well as, you know, dealing with the losses at that point in life, and, you know, or the downs in life. And I found that I feel like that's where you grow the most, is, you know, going through hardships. When we were in college, of course, those wins and losses in basketball games, they, you know, were everything to us. It puts it into perspective, everything we're going through now in life. But still, I learned that part of it, and then dealing with the ups and the downs of life. Teamwork and communication both are a huge part that, you know, I learned in sports, and then totally rolls over to my profession and really all parts of life. Working with other people is a huge part of, you know, what I do now in nursing, and was when I played basketball as well.
What's one of the things you really enjoy about your nursing career? You know, it can be anything, but what's the thing that really satisfies you the most when you come home at night?
It's a extremely rewarding profession, being able to, on a regular basis, you know, feel like you're helping people and impacting, you know, somebody's life in hopefully a positive way.
That I would think that is a very rewarding thing, and especially in light of everything that's going on in society right now. You guys are dealing with a lot more than a lot of people, so certainly we're all very thankful that you're one on the front line, and that's certainly very important. We'll get closed with this. Give me one thing that was really one of your favorite things, part of being a student athlete, and especially part of the women's basketball team.
So I think most importantly, the relationships that I formed while I was at York, certainly with my teammates and coaches, you know, stemming out to different people in the program like yourself. And then, as I mentioned, like being part of not only the team, but, you know, the entire YCP community. It was, yeah, memorable and, you know, a really big part of my life. And like I said, very positive part of it as well, which is great.
So did you ever think of going in and doing any coaching at all? Did that ever cross your mind at all?
That's a funny question. I actually briefly, I guess my first few years after college, I coached our high school JV team for one season. And it's funny, I don't feel like I was or would be the best coach, which has surprised some people. Sometimes I feel like I'm better at doing things than explaining them. So as much as I'd say I'd like to, I'm not sure that it'll be in my life path at all. We'll see.
Well, you were very good at doing, so if you're not that good at teaching, that's completely okay. So, well, we look forward to getting to see you and your family when we do our Hall of Fame induction, whenever that is, and whenever we can be together, we will certainly look forward to doing that. So, Keli, thank you for taking the time to join us today, and stay safe and stay healthy out there. It's certainly a crazy time.
Thank you, Scott. It was nice to see you, even under these circumstances.
You too. was great to get a chance to catch up with Keli and thank her for taking time out of her schedule to talk to us today. It was wonderful to get a chance to walk down memory lane and talk about that 08-09 women's basketball team that won 25 straight games, went to the NCAA tournament for the first time in program history, and also advanced to the NCAA Division III Sweet 16. And she was a huge part of that, as she was the Conference Player of the Year and earned All-American honors that year. So this will wrap up the Behind the Shield Hall of Fame edition. We'll be back with regular episodes starting again in January. Have a happy holiday season, and until we talk to you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and go Spartans.